endured racial profiling by law enforcement, chose to move forward with respect instead of resentment. Our Asian American with a heart of gold, please introduce yourself.
My name is JT, and I was raised in Southern California.
When people ask, what are you? How do you answer?
I would be classified as Filipino.
Why not Filipino-American?
They usually just say every Filipino usually just says Filipino.
What generation were you born in?
I would say, they have different definitions for all these age ranges, and it depends on the year, but I would say millennial.
Where were you born and raised?
I was born in the Bay Area, but I moved here at a very young age to Southern California.
What about your upbringing?
Two parents, they divorced when I was a teenager, so that was rough. My mom held down the fort. My dad was still in the picture, but he didn't live with us. So that made it hard. Being the oldest, I became the man of the house. I was the only child for about 4 years, so I think I grew up kind of spoiled. And then, when my brother came, I didn't really think anything of it. I was kind of a bully when I was younger to my siblings, probably because I always got bullied too from neighborhood kids.
Why do you think you were bullied?
I was the smallest, skinniest kid in the neighborhood. I moved to the same neighborhood my cousins moved to, but they were half white, so they didn't look as Asian as I did, and they were bigger than I was, and they were also more active than I was, because my family couldn't afford to send me to do sports like everybody else did. So all I did was, whatever I can do in the neighborhood. So play with the kids, ride our bikes, play whatever sports they wanted to play at the time. I was kind of pretty passive when I was younger, since I was bullied, and I just wanted to be, involved and included in whatever activities everybody else wanted to do.
Why do you think Asians are targeted?
Asians are viewed as being more passive and docile of the cultures.
Did you experience the 1990s Asian gang culture?
Things that went on in the 90s that I probably wouldn't prefer to talk about, but I did lose some friends that some close, some not close. I had a friend who got ran over by a car. He was pretty much murdered. He used to look out for me too in high school. Yeah, so it's stuff like that, and I'm glad it's over. Every culture has, to survive, and gangs are initially from a survival instinct. They want the same likeness bands together to survive, and it just kind of corrupted it into it became a business. It became how to dominate the area you're in and control it.
How about your parents?
Both of my parents worked, so sometimes I was a latchkey kid, but sometimes we had family friends come take care of, because I'm one of four. So sometimes when I go home alone, my siblings were at other places being taken care of by a family friend. We have older ladies who are Filipino too, who they became kind of close to us, and they took care of us. And for a time, my grandmother, when she was alive, she took care of us.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
I think I wanted to be what every young boy wanted to be, a ninja. No, but then, everybody wanted the martial arts. And when I got older, my uncle was a big influence in my life. He was an electrical engineer before he retired.
Do you speak your heritage's language?
I speak it like a caveman, but Tagalog is what my family speaks, but my sentence structure is broken, and I still understand it pretty well. I understand probably about 90% of it.
Heard you love Japan?
They're doing culture of how I would want to live. They keep things clean, which I like. They, for the most part, treat people with respect there.
Which Filipino cuisine do you recommend?
I think most people have to start with either the barbecue or the pancit, which is a noodle noodle dish from my mom's province, the pancit malabon, which is it's also pancit walabok. It's a certain style of pancit that they make there. It's delicious. If you can go to a Filipino restaurant, go try it.
Your family was in the food business?
My family before, my grandma, she had a Filipino restaurant, but my mom never opened a Filipino restaurant. My mom's sister did, and it was good. But it's like I can't eat any other Filipino besides my family's Filipino, so I don't even go to most Filipino restaurants unless my friends want to go there.
Have you visited your motherland?
Oh, I'm gonna get blasted for this. Like, no, I have not. I've been to Japan multiple times. I've been to Taiwan. For some reason, I think it's more of the weather. That's an excuse. I think I've always had, unfortunately, a negative light on the Philippines, or a negative outlook. But I see a lot of good stuff coming out from there now, and a lot of good people like coming out from there now.
Are Asians considered too passive?
I think Asian Americans are less passive, but it's something in our upbringing still kind of like tells us to be polite about stuff and try to do stuff the more polite way. I think the older you are, I think from our parents, we were taught to not rock the boat. Even my mom right now is, oh, I don't want to, like make a big deal about it. I go, but if it's a big enough deal, I tell her, you have to say something. You have to like defend yourself, else you're just going to get stepped on.
Have you experienced Asian hate?
I've had, Asian hate from, well, that's a funny way to say it. I've been like affected by it, especially I think law enforcement. I've been pulled over with guns drawn just because of the way I looked. Albeit it was like probably right towards the end of the gangster era, and then I happen to have a shaved head because I get hot in the summer. So I prefer not to like have long hair, but I guess I had that look to where like, oh, he looked that type of person. So like getting pulled over for, it's getting stereotyped for just looking a certain way. And also I've been pulled over by a sheriff, and he pulled me out of my car and then asked me where I was going. And at the time, I dated a Japanese lady at the time. And I told her, oh, where are you going? I'm going to see, what's her name? I'm going to see my girlfriend. And he asked me, what's her name? And then it happened to be a Japanese last name. And he goes, oh, he's a white police officer. Oh, should you guys be mixing like that? And I was just like, I go, oh, what do you mean, sir? I was like you're, you guys are different. And I'm like, oh, we handled it just fine, sir. And then, he ended up letting me go. And what's funny is he had an Asian partner in the car just observing. He's probably a trainee. And then I saw the look on his face, and he was just like he looked uncomfortable.
Experience with any other Asian racism?
Kids in school when I was younger, it's like, the ching chong thing. Even, no matter what race you are, when you're, it's all ching chong to them. And then, the good thing is everybody, thinks Asian people know martial arts, so it kind of can help out in that aspect. But, I did used to do martial arts anyway, so it's kind of a stereotype.
Thoughts on Asian K-pop and K-drama explosion?
With exposure also becomes, more criticism, more hate. Yeah, that makes sense too, but the more exposure, it helps, let people know that, we're here.
How's Asians with other Asians?
Because even Asians hate upon Asians. Like within, within the cultures too, it's like everybody's trying to get ahead. That's human nature. Everybody just tries to get ahead. Like one up each other, but between cultures, for the most part, I feel like between like at least Filipinos and other Southeast Asians, it's all love. I think once I feel like some Asian races have a superiority complex where they think they're better than other Asian races. I felt it. I have friends in those races too who don't feel the same way as those people with superiority complexes, but there are those examples out there. Yeah, like, oh, we're the lighter skinned Asians, so we're better. Or it's like, I think it comes from like I don't know. I heard from in the Filipino, like they value light skin, it's like more so than the dark because of working the fields. It's like, oh, you're dark, so you probably work the fields. I think it comes from that kind of mindset.
What can we do to create more unity between Asian Americans?
I think instead of having like separated like festivals, just have an Asian festival where you bring like all the cultures together and like everybody can see what everybody's about rather than when somebody just says, oh, today is Korean Day, it's like, yeah, we enjoy. I mean, I enjoy that. I enjoy Filipino awareness, whatever. But it's kind of like, oh, like it doesn't feel like it includes. Like inclusion is kind of like a hard thing for people to get past.
Why did Stop Asian Hate get less attention and support?
Because we're not as vocal, or our forebearers are not as vocal. Like the way, we said, our parents, they're just, grin and bear it, put your head down, get the work done, which is true. Like complain about things that actually make a difference, or actually people are like, if we're getting beaten on and killed, that's the things we should complain about. But if it's just like, oh, somebody's talking shit to you, or somebody's, oh, hey, ching chong, like don't mind it. They're just ignorant, and keep your head down and don't worry about it. Only if they put their hands on you is when you should defend yourself. But our parents didn't realize that the psychological, toll makes a big difference, and that's what kept us in this level for this long.
Asian American representation in politics?
You know what? Like we've had a few good faces in politics. Like right now, I like Ted Lieu. If that's how you pronounce Ted Lieu. He's a strong voice for California right now.
Thoughts about our Asian Americans project?
I see good things coming from it. So I hope it grows beyond leaps and bounds. So.
Message for our fellow Asian Americans?
To be honest with you, it'd be a message for Asian Americans and all people. Try to be good to each other. Like everybody's going through something that you don't know. It could, everybody's struggling with something. So be nice to everybody. Like treat everybody kindly, because that's the way you would want to be treated.
Answer this: being Asian American has taught you?
Well, being Asian American has taught me to love my family and to appreciate the struggle that my ancestors have been through.
Thank you, JT.
You got it.